sit down, turn around, go to town. It's D&D, kinda.
The nobleman turns around, and he is now looking out the door, and he says, Baal is coming. The point of my order is not just to bring about the resurrection of our god, Baal. The point is to bring him back at the right time. So I implore you, if this is the journey you choose to take, and then all of you see a flicker of light, I wish, and he is speared through his chest, and again, another time, through his throat. Hamilton, immediately surrounding you, it is complete darkness. You are standing in a complete and total abyss. And as you turn, desperately searching for any sign of anything, the only thing that you see, two impossibly huge, glowing green eyes.
Another point I believe worth mentioning. Maybe if we look for the seal here in Neverwinter, we might also be able to find how they're able to travel among Faerun.
I really feel as though we should look here before we go to the Ice-Rim Mountains.
I think we should stay for one day.
We should get into the keep like late tomorrow night.
We could go in the back way where we came out once, when we saw the nobleman die.
As you guys are walking, there is an older man that passes you guys. And he turns around and it says, "Excuse me, kind sirs. If you're looking for Benedict, he went that way." And points. And then smiles and keeps walking.
Speaking of druids, Benedict, there was an old man outside that knew you.
On the eastern edge of Neverwinter, in the second floor of Bartholonude's humble house, all of you wake up in his study. We had mentioned previously that you all wanted to head to the Nobleman's Keep again via the back way you guys had exited from when you were there the first time. You guys remember where the outpost was? The abandoned outpost with the crashed wall where you guys witnessed the nobleman die and made camp there. It is morning. The sun is just starting to crest over the mountains. What do you guys do?
Bartholomew puts on his underwear.
Damn it, that's what I was going to say.
What Bartholomew puts on his underwear?
You put on, I put on Bartholomew's underwear.
Wait, do you put them on Bartholomew, or do you just take him from him and put them on?
I put them on.
Okay.
They're both inside of his underwear.
Yeah.
Benedict and Bartholomew are both standing there in the same pair of underwear, awkwardly naked.
All he's wearing is his belt and Bartholomew.
I had a weird dream about dragons, and now I'm kind of like horny.
I'm into this.
Is this my thing?
Morty.
Also, what is this on my head?
Oh, gross. This is Maglite? This kind of hurts.
Fourth wall.
Bartholomew reaches over to his nightstand and grabs his
Maglite?
dragon scratcher.
Dragon scratcher.
Oh, yeah, I get up, and I'll walk outside.
So you just walk outside, or do you go downstairs and walk outside? It's a maniac shit. You just walk out the window, just hanging out in midair.
Yeah, dude.
I don't believe in gravity.
Since we're still in the same underwear.
No, I don't put on your fucking underwear.
Wow,
I
dude,
just
that's mean.
want to go outside, and before, is everybody awake now? Like, what's going on? I was just going to go chill by myself outside for a minute, enjoy the sunrise.
I think everyone's probably waking up, but I would imagine if you would like to just take a stroll outside just to soak in some air.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
In my underwear.
Okay. No clothes on, just beard and undies.
Yeah, and socks, real long socks.
Okay. So
Do you have
no
your belt
shoes or
on?
anything. You're just walking out in the dirt.
Yep, just walking in the dirt.
All right.
Are you wearing your belt?
Yeah, fuck, you're goddamn right I'm wearing my belt.
That's it. The belt. And
Undies,
underwear.
belt, thigh-high
I have my
socks.
dick and balls tucked into the belt.
Painting
So
a very
it's-
vivid picture.
It's
Bartholomew walks out on his upstairs balcony and overlooks Benedict as he's standing appreciating the scenery. Bartholonude is appreciating the scenery too.
We're gonna make out, dude. Oh, I'm having too much
You
fun
know he's
today.
watching, but see you just smirk and don't look his way.
So Topher gets up and walks outside.
Also in his underwear.
Nope, just the row of stars.
Nothing else. Only
Fuck
the
yeah.
row of
I'm
stars.
down.
Yep,
with
that's
it.
it. No,
ready.
no, I get up and I gather up all my things and start to get prepped for leaving.
Okay. So Benedict is standing outside enjoying the crisp morning air. Nice cool breeze.
I feel real fucking strong.
Good.
We get it.
Strong. boy.
Sick belt, bro. Some guy walks by. He's like, hey. Nice belt.
So is this like just like a leather type belt, or is it like a big WWE championship belt?
So I'm imagining it is like a broad belt,
Yeah,
but it's not like that broad.
not that like crazy with
Yeah.
a big like
It's big,
gold.
thick, dwarven belt. Like,
I got a gold with diamonds in it, belt buckle.
it's bedazzled.
Yeah, I'm in my belt. You walk outside, and I asked to try on your robe in exchange for you to try on my belt.
Ooh.
It's
see
like
you, Rob.
Christmas for us
end
right
badly.
now.
I see your robe. I just want to try it on. I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, yeah. Here you go.
All of us are so
I take it off
ecstatic
and-
about all of the new items that we've gotten.
Yeah.
So we're like, here, look, you can try mine on. I'll try yours on.
Yeah.
I'm already playing with Bartholomew's ball of whatever.
Wait, what?
Didn't I get you some
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
Sphere?
Yeah, the sphere of.
You said Maglite earlier, and now you said balls, and I was just not okay.
Oh, I thought I was in his underwear, so I was talking about his penis.
I know.
Thanks for clarifying. I was pretty confused.
But yeah, I had gathered up all my things, walked outside, and did you ask me to try on my robe?
Hey, Topher. That's a nice looking robe you got.
That's a nice looking belt you got. You want to trade for a little bit?
Yeah, just for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
What does this thing do again?
You can go into the astral plane,
Fuck.
cast missiles.
All right. I don't want to waste your missiles. No, I'm just going to keep my belt.
Here, try it on.
All
And I
right.
throw it over top of him.
All right, yeah, this feels nice. Benedict's like, man, I should have got this shit.
Okay.
I also take off my belt, which was holding up my underwear, so now my dick and balls is out. And I hand it to you like,
I grab it, and
That
immediately
same
kinda
guy that walked by admiring your belt walks back by, and he's like, bro, nice dick.
yeah.
I grab the belt.
It's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Damn, bro, that's a solid dick, dude.
Well,
That's a solid dick.
not
dude.
yet.
I grab the belt, and then like that whole, you grab something that's too heavy, and you kind of almost fall over. Can you help me put this on?
Yeah,
I can't tuck my dick up in there because it's too small. But
it's a little awkward. But yeah, I'll help you.
so I've got the belt on, and I feel like just super strong.
Just cocks.
So I pick up Benedict.
Please don't.
And I look up at Bartholomew's window and look at Benedict as I'm holding him in front of me and smile, and I throw him up into the window.
A gift from the heavens falls in Bartholonude's arms as Benedict's beard brushes Bartholonude's bare chest as he lands in his arms.
Bartholomew kind of walks out back from inside after being out on the balcony and walks up to
With
the
Benedict
scrolls,
in his arms.
and he kind of looks down at the scrolls and just kind of looks through some of them and just recalls what has happened over the past few days, and kind of has like a newfound sense of purpose that he's kind of feeling like we're actually onto something, and that we might have some evidence that might help us in our goals of just, bringing peace and prosperity back to Faerun, and trying to avoid this evil spirits from these potentially deadly circumstances that we're in. So he's kind of like, he's struggled with this because everything it seems like he's done has never really amounted to what, the end goal is for us. It's always been the opposite, but now he's feeling like, he's accomplished by gleaning this information out of these scrolls. He suggested that they go back to his apartment this time, and it's actually like brought some action. It's actionable. So he knows that we're going to go on a journey today, and he's familiar with where we're going to, so he kind of feels good about the day.
All right. So all of you guys get up, you ready yourselves, and do you guys just want to go ahead and head towards the outer encampment?
Yeah.
Indeed.
I give Benedict back his belt.
I put it back on and I'm like,
All right. So you guys start to head towards the eastern edge of the city, and following the normal path. You guys don't look like anything out of the ordinary. Just 4 people walking towards the edge of the city. As you guys near the edge of the city gates, you notice that everything's normal. There's normal amount of guards. However, all the guards, instead of being on the outer edge of the city, they're all facing inward. So they are not outside the walls questioning those coming in. They are on the inside of the walls questioning those leaving.
Interesting.
It would appear as though they're stopping people from leaving the city.
Very observant.
But if we can sneak into his keep, we can exit the same way that we did before.
Good point. So we, as we're approaching these people, he mentions that, and then I also mentioned that we might just want to see, kind of what their objectives are, and not to cause any trouble.
Yeah, we should. Let's follow Bartholomew's lead here.
I say we just start to walk out and see if they stop us. And, see what they're actually doing. Because there's no point in trying to sneak past them or anything. We should at least just try to get through.
Yeah,
and if they stop us, we'll see what's going on.
So Bartholomew just walks up to the gate and walks out.
Okay, so as you walk towards the gate, there's a building on the right and a building on the left that you know to be the guards quarters. Beside that, there's, like I said, there's 4 entrances and exits to the city: north, south, east, and west. And you guys are on the eastern end, and both these buildings have guards stationed outside to the right and the left side of the door on either side of the path leading to the exit of the city. And in front of the gate leading out, the gate is open, but there are 4 guards standing shoulder to shoulder in a straight line in front of the exit out of the city. So you all 4 are walking towards the guards, and as Bartholonude, as you near the guards, one of them kind of holds up his hand. Doesn't have a weapon in his hand. It's still on his back. He just kind of holds up his hand and puts his hand out in front of you, and he says,
"Why are you leaving the city? What are your intentions?"
I am wanting to return to Besegu to see my once beloved friend, someone I could call my father. He passed away recently there, and I would like to go see him. Is there an issue? Why can I not leave the city?
First off, with the story, make a deception check.
Deception's +4, so 19.
19, okay.
very deceitful.
So he doesn't react to your story, but he nothings it. Like, it's not important to... The guard is more focused on the second part of the question where you asked why he can't leave the city. And he kind of gives you a confused look and says,
"It is the Feast of the Nine today. No one leaves the city during the Feast of the Nine. You are a resident of Neverwinter, are you not?"
I am, and I do not participate in these traditions.
While, be it you may not participate, we are not permitted to allow people to come and go from the city during this day.
Would you be liable if I did leave?
It is my duty to ensure that no one comes or goes. I do not want to put myself in a compromising situation. I do apologize. I understand that there is a urgent matter you must attend to in Bessague. It is quite a day's travel.
Which is why I must leave immediately. Listen, you will suffer no repercussions for me exiting the city.
So there are, within earshot, there are 7 other guards other than the one that you were talking to. And they haven't really paying close attention because this is pretty common. All day people have been coming up and asking to come and go. Like you said, not everyone participates in all these traditions, but it is tradition to hold the city completely still during this feast.
So I've got a question. So since we're at least have been residents of Neverwinter for a while, would we really know what this is? And if
well, everyone make an insight check. Or I should say history check. Make a history check.
Nat 20.
20, not nat.
Mine's going to be a 22.
7.
Makes sense why Bartholomew had no fucking idea what was going on. He just says this, and they look around, and fucking Topher, Hamilton, and Benedict are like, no shit, bro. Like, what the fuck do you think was going to happen? I would say that all of you would have known about this feast. However, the specifics of the tradition might not have been aware to Hamilton and Benedict. However, Topher, you likely would be completely aware of what has happened, mostly because you don't remember anything in your life up to, you've been some places, but this is probably your first like home since you have awakened.
Yeah.
So I would say you're very aware of that. And what you do know about this with a nat 20 is that the Feast of the Nine is the reason they don't allow people to come and go is that it's treated very much like a census of sorts. So they hold a feast at the keep where everyone is allowed to come and go as they please, and they ask questions there. They gauge the types of individuals that are within the city. They get a rough count of the people that are there in the city. They gauge essentially the lifestyle and well-being of the city during this 3-day festival.
Okay. So I want to pull...
I would say it probably wasn't... You probably didn't know at this point in time that it was happening.
Yeah, I figured,
Now that
everything's been kind of crazy.
Right.
So I want to... Hamilton, Benedict, Bartholonude, can I talk to you guys for a second? Over here?
Do you have to?
Yeah.
Bartholomew kind of walks off to the side with Topher.
Yeah, I want to kind of walk away to where the guards wouldn't be able to hear what we're discussing.
Okay. So you can either go back down the way you guys came in.
Well, I don't want to like leave this area. I just want to get away from the guards so they can't. They're not like direct earshot.
Okay, so
what we're saying, like, I don't want to leave this area. I want to talk to them real quick before we make a decision.
Okay, so you head back up beside the wall, and you just essentially trace the city wall away from the earshot of the guards. I would say if outside the wall is east, you head north.
Okay.
So I would say about 15 feet, and you guys kind of huddle up along the wall.
Okay. So, guys, basically, this feast is like a census, and people can come and go into the Nobleman's Keep as they please. So there might not be a need for us to try to get in another way. We could go in there, and we've been there before, so we know how to kind of get around in the keep, and we could just walk right in.
I have an idea.
What's that idea?
We need a trench coat.
Do I have this robe? If you're thinking about putting yourself on
Benedict,
then
he
you
has
can,
that belt of strength.
Yeah, and then you can wear my robe while you do that. That way you can, if things get fishy, you guys can go into the astral plane because you can take one person with you. But yeah, I think, and I mean, we could try to get out of the city and go the back way, or since it's open to the public right now, we could just walk right in.
I agree. I think we should head into the keep and then make our escape through the sewers.
Hold on a second. Before you decide, I will say, since he rolled a nat 20, there's probably some more that I'm going to open up about with the way this operates, since you're familiar with it.
I figured, it's like a common area where people are allowed to go into, not the entire thing.
It takes place outside of the keep, and the inside of the keep is also open, where people can come and go inside of that main hall where the throne sits.
Yeah.
So what you do remember is inside the keep, the front doors are open. All the staircase up to the giant door that you guys, or Hamilton Eldridge blasted, is all open. And
even the big fake wooden door?
That's on the inside. Shut up.
Okay.
But there are guards all over the place here that keep people from going into places and doors that they're not supposed to be in. The keep is not open to completely roam. It is heavily guarded, and people are only allowed to go where they want you to go in the keep.
Okay. So either way we go in, it's going to be guarded. I'm sure they're going to be guarding, probably not the back entrance, but there's going to be guards once we get inside.
Let me ask you a question about the mechanics of your robe. When you go into the astral plane in this robe,
yes,
and then you can teleport back, right? Mm-hmm. Is it relative? Like, do you always come back to where you teleported from?
Yeah, you have to come back.
Can you teleport in, walk a little bit, teleport back, and then you'd be that far in reality?
No, it's only if the space that I teleported from is occupied, I reappear in the closest unoccupied space.
Okay. Because the only person who really has no issue getting out of this is Benedict. He can just turn into a bird or some shit and fly the fuck away. No, what I'm thinking is if we want to get out of the town without resistance, it wouldn't be that difficult to do that. Because there is a river that flows through the Neverwinter.
Well, yeah, he could just throw us over the wall, too, because he's really strong.
Yeah.
So then he can fly
jump
over
in the river and swim out. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
And it'd be if we swam upstream, it'd be the direction we need to go anyway.
I could also burn a 4th level charm person and just charm.
You'd probably catch yourself on fire
people.
because your stuff sucks.
You said there were 7 guards at the entrance.
There are 4 guards at the entrance, but there's another 4 that are stationed outside both doors, one to the right and one to the left, respectively, of both buildings.
Damn.
I don't need to charm all of them. I just need to charm enough of them to start a disruption so that we can sneak past.
Yeah. That Benedict could punch a hole in the wall and we could just walk through. There's that too.
Or I could just turn into a gas cloud.
Are any of the... So are we at the keep now? Or we haven't...
No,
we guys are
keep,
still
right?
huddled up against the wall trying to discuss what to do.
Let's go to the keep so that we can assess our various ways of getting in.
True. We know what the resistance would be if we came this way. Let's see how plausible it is to go the other.
I will say this. The keep is probably a 2-hour trek from where you're at. So... within the bounds of the story, would you
okay, we can just Game of Thrones it. And we're there.
Oh, yeah.
Benedict, you're going to have to toss me.
You have to toss me. Cannot jump the distance. Cannot jump the distance.
So you guys would want to, at that point, go, well, I guess...
Well, I mean...
I feel like there would be some resistance from Topher, who actively knows how heavily guarded
Yeah,
the
I haven't
keep
told
is.
them that yet.
Oh,
I don't know if you
That's
guys are
fair.
playing off of what you heard, but yeah, I need to tell them that.
Yeah, the keep being open to the public, it is more heavily guarded than ever.
Yeah. So instead of repeating everything, I let them know that.
Okay.
That it's really heavily guarded. So we can get into the keep pretty easily that way, but it's heavily guarded, or we could try to get around. Either way, it's going to take a while because not only do we have to get to the backside and then go in and then under everything, it's going to take probably longer to do that too.
So how many guards are stopping us from leaving right now?
There's 4 guards stationed at the door, and there's another 4 guards stationed right outside of the gate door as well. But inside the city.
So there's 8.
8 total, yes.
How tall are the city walls?
About 30 feet.
All right, so
You got the strength of a giant.
yeah, I'm strong boy.
Oh,
And
actually,
you can bird yourself.
And I can bird myself up to the top with a rope.
Or with your
And-
wings of a bird.
No, what I'm saying is
I got you.
I'll fly myself up to the top, you guys can't fucking fly, so I'm going to drop a rope down to you, and with my strong-ass arms, I'm going to pull you up.
I also have spider climb, so
Hamilton can use spider climb.
Can we get like far enough away from these guards that we're not like
Right beside
15
them, like
feet
climbing
down,
the
just
wall?
like climbing up the fucking wall?
don't you have a spell that like puts mist in an area?
Why don't you just walk further up the wall?
Because I don't want to do that.
You don't want to literally just say, I walk 10 feet out of their eyesight.
I want to do this right in front of them. Because fuck these
Ballsy.
guards.
So Bartholomew kind of collects the assertion of the group that we are going to, just try to get out of the city. And he knows that he kind of justified himself to the guardsmen that he spoke with. So he just kind of walks back up to that guard and says, listen, we both know that this census is ridiculous. That's all that this really is. I'm not even here very much. I shouldn't even be included in the census. Please just let me leave. I need to pay my respects.
So he turns to the other guard, and you persuaded him sufficiently enough before, and he turns to the other guard, and he looks at the guy next to him, and he just kind of he gives like an approving look, and he looks over to the guards who are standing beside the doors, and one of them just shakes his head no. He's the little bitch of the group. He's not gonna let someone just leave during this time. But he's way too concerned about his job.
All right.
Okay, well,
And he looks at you and goes,
Look, I have no quarry with you. I don't want to get me and my friends in trouble. I very much apologize for whatever is happening in your life outside of these walls. I can't let you leave. And if it would,
and he lowers his voice, and he's like,
if it was up to me, I would let you go. I can't leave my fate up to him over there. He would tell on us, and we would all lose our jobs. I can't put my family at risk like that. I hope you can understand.
So I didn't hear any of this.
So I would say no, but only because he had said he walked away from you guys to do this.
Okay.
Would we be able to see the one dude shake his head no?
No, because where you guys were, you guys walked up between the buildings 15 feet along the wall, and the one that shook his head no was one stationed outside of the door, not within the line. All the ones along the wall where the gate is, we're fine with you guys leaving. Or at least Bartholomew leaving. So
as all this is going on, I'm leaning up against the wall, and I'm watching the guards and stuff, and kind of a little bit down, further away from where we're all at and the guards and everything, around a corner. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy down that way, and because I can do I can create an instantaneous sound that originates from that area, and I want to have a woman screaming for help down that way to try to kind of thin out some of these guards.
okay, so I'm going to say make a performance check here.
It's Thaumaturgy. I can do it automatically.
I'm not saying... So it's not... You do the sound, but you have to conjure the sound of what you want it to sound like. So I need you... No, I just mean you need to roll to see how convincing this woman's scream is, and if it's enough to really capture their attention.
Okay. Performance check?
Yeah.
14? 14 team?
14.
So... From down the other side of the city wall, opposite your direction, there is the sound of a shrieking woman who sounds like she's in distress. And one of the guards along the opposite wall of one of the buildings he turns and then runs that direction, while the other ones all stand their guard. So one of the guards ran to check out what was going on.
So now there's 7.
There's 7.
Does Bartholomew notice what guard it was? Was it the one that was in disagreement?
It was not. It was the one closest
Convenient.
to. Well, no, I have it all drawn out here.
No, I know. I'm just...
Yeah, there's a guard along. So if you guys were approaching the gate, to the left and the right, there's buildings, and there's 2 guards in front of each one of those buildings. To the right, that guard ran out and then down along the city wall to the south. The one that was in disagreement was on the northern building closest to the gate.
So the guards hear this scream. I hear this scream, and I look at the guard and I say, "Look, a Dragonborn's honor."
Wait, sorry. Before you get into that, are you talking to the guard that was in agreement with you, or the one that was disagreeing?
I'm talking to the one that literally is agreeing with me.
Okay.
It's just still talking to the same dude. I'm just like, look, a Dragonborn's honor is of the highest priority. I do not want to cause you any trouble, and I know you have better things to deal with, and I gesture my arm toward the scream that we just heard. And he said, if I go over and talk to him, will you let me pass?
If our captain agrees to let you go, I have no quarrel with it, like I said, good sir.
Thank you for your service. I'm glad that you are not a mindless drone like some.
And he just kind of like walks back into formation.
And Bartholomew just kind of walks over toward the northern guards stand where that he kind of saw the guard when he like looked over at his fellow guardsmen to kind of see if the approval would be granted, and he got one approval and noticed a kind of a gesture of a nod yes from one, and he kind of heads toward the direction where he saw the gesture of the other that said no. And Bartholomew just walks up to that guard.
Okay. Do you say anything to him, or
did you want to touch base on anything else that might be happening with these guys?
That's up to these guys. I don't know what.
So I don't want to spend 3 hours here, so we need to do something.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I was about to start attacking guards, honestly.
Yeah.
They're only going to let him pass. They're not going to let all of us pass.
Either that or I was just going to head to the keep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this could be so much easier if we just get out of sight and then just climb up the fucking wall.
Well, guys, go ahead and do that, and I'll get out too.
I was gonna say this could be a good opportunity for him. He has the attention of all the guards, so you guys could do whatever you needed to do while he's handling this.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you want to do your little bird rope thingy?
Because you'd definitely be able to pull Hamilton up.
He'd be able to pull both of us up with his strength.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
I mean, your strength check would be higher than his, so
that's okay. If I fall, then I'll just port to the astral plane and just chill until somebody gets a pillow for me to fall on.
Well, I mean,
get a pillow.
Honestly, like, we don't even have to do that. I have spider climb. Hamilton has spider climb.
I don't have spider
and
climb.
all your spell
But
slots
I'm
should be
strong.
full right now.
Yeah,
so.
I'm strong and I can carry you.
Oh, true. Yeah, you can just carry me up.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spider climb up there and carry Dingus Khan.
Dingus Khan. Oh,
Hamilton, do you spider climb as well?
Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to get like kind of away from everybody before I give it a shot.
Okay.
See if
Well,
it
that's
works.
right. Yeah, it's a percentage that his spells won't work.
Yep.
He might catch on fire.
Do I need to roll a strength check for this?
No. I would say you'd be able to just effortlessly just yeet yourself up this wall and then
To carry me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, make a strength check.
That's going to be a 24.
Nice.
Damn. Okay.
It's going to be consistent.
Yeah, I would say there's a little bit of resistance still because he's a full-size human. But yeah, as you're climbing up this wall, like you just like throw him over your back and just like walk right up to the top of this wall. Whenever you get up to the top of the wall, you see at the end where the wall like stops and it starts the gate underneath of it. There is another guard that's kind of stationed looking out into the forest. So you're now standing at the top of the wall, Topher and Benedict. Hamilton, do you like take off running and do a jump? Like, how do you imagine Hamilton attempting to use this magic that he's not really tapped into?
No, I think I would just try to like cast it on myself, and then if nothing happened, I would just kind of tentatively like try to walk up the wall, just like put a foot on it, and just like see.
I just imagine him like running
What's
for it,
happening
just
here?
like close his eyes, and then he jumps and tries to get on it like a spider, and then just splats.
So Hamilton, you like walk up and like slowly press your foot against the wall, like you're like trying to see if you can work your way up.
See if it worked. Yeah. So nothing happened whenever I tried to cast it? Like nothing lit on
So
fire?
that's more of like an internal like thing.
Yeah.
You kind of, you don't really like cast it.
Unless I'm casting it on someone.
Yes, but for like, since you're on yourself, it's just like a decision that you make essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you walk up and put your foot on the wall and like push on it, and then like your foot feels like it's sticking, and so you lift your other foot off the ground to see if you fall over, and you fall.
Damn.
And you don't stop falling.
Oh shit.
It's completely dark.
Oh fuck.
And you are falling endlessly.
I've made a grave error.
There's no wall, there's no buildings, there's no sunlight. There's just darkness. After what feels like hours falling endlessly, to the point that you've lost the ability to anticipate what's coming next, or time itself is just gone. You land in a deep pool of water. You can't see anything. You can just feel yourself being overcome. And at the moment in time where you need to breathe, you've been underwater for as long as you can possibly stand it while holding your breath. You breathe in, filling your lungs with this water, and then you are able to breathe again. Beneath you, the water begins to lighten to a deep gray. Just enough to where you can see around you there are faces of creatures you don't recognize. There are bodies floating all around you, and you are in this murky, aqueous substance. And there is something moving by you in the water. Between the bodies, between everything. And lightning strikes in the distance as you see mountains and a singular marble pillar that you can intermittently recognize only due to the lightning that is filling the air. And there's something mounted up on the pillar. A shape that you can't determine. Something of a black cloud with a long neck that is stretched around, peering into something that is shining at the top of this bowl, illuminating what you can only see are giant blue eyes as it peers into this area. And just at this very moment, as you see this, there are tentacles that wrap itself around the body of this beast and then begin to pull it downwards. And just as you see this, you fall and hit your back on the grass outside of the wall on the inside of Neverwinter.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Your spider climb was not successful, to say the least.
I don't want to attract a bunch of attention by like yelling.
I'm watching you and laughing that you fell.
Yeah, I would say just 30 feet away, you could probably look up, and then they're probably watching you.
Yeah.
So from your guys' perspective, he just stepped on the wall and tried to step again, and it appeared to work, but then he just fell flat.
Yeah. So I'm laughing at him. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that would make sense.
Is there anything up here that I can tie a rope to?
I would say you'd be able to tie a rope around some of the, like, I forget just the way that the structure naturally has like a block
it's like
castle
it's like
top.
a normal castle thing.
Or just tied around me. I'll just pull him up. I want to test this build out. See how much strength I can get away with.
I give Benedict I've got 50-foot rope.
Okay. Just kind of toss it down.
Yeah, I give it to Benedict so he can show off with his new belt.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
Strong boy.
So you throw it down to Hamilton?
Yep.
And Hamilton, do you grab a hold?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to tie it off around my waist.
Okay. Just with your native strength. Actually, go ahead and make a strength check just in case you crit fail.
No, but it's going to be a 16.
Yeah, that'll work. Even for Hamilton's a tiny boy.
Small boy.
So Benedict, you just start to pull, and just with ease, you pull Hamilton right up on top of the wall. Mm-hmm. Real quick, we're going to jump back to Bartholonude. So you are standing in front of this, what you now know to be, according to the other guard, the captain of this watch. So what do you say?
Is this the same captain that we've dealt with in the past?
It is not.
Okay.
This is the same entrance you guys came in, but this is not the same captain.
Make him feel important.
If you remember, they did say that they rotated City Watch before, between the 4 entrances and exits to the city.
So I walk up to the guard. Does he pay attention to me, or do I need to say something to get his attention?
No, he watches you walk up to him. Like, he's already attentive to your presence.
So I just walk up to this guard and I say, hello.
He just kind of looks at you and nods.
I assume you know what I'm here to discuss?
I overheard that you were attempting to leave the city. As a resident of, or what I can assume to be a resident of Neverwinter, you must know the Feast of the Nine. It is imperative you're here.
So just the aura that you're getting off this guy, he takes his job like way too seriously. Whether he was just promoted or whether he's just an asshole, you can't really tell. But you can tell that this guy has just an aura of like cockiness about him.
Just give him the old 1-2 Socceroo.
What is your name, sir?
Give him 2 pairs of socks.
It's Chrisman.
My name is Coraldi. But I don't see how that matters here.
Well,
I did not hear the entirety of your inquiry. However, it seems you may have convinced the other guards that you have good reason to leave the city. Please, tell me of your ailment.
I wondered your name because I believe it's the only way I can relate to you. My father passed away in a nearby city, and I need to go pay my respects. And he can kind of see that, this is a topic that Bartholomew genuinely cares about.
Make a deception check here as well. Actually, you know what? I would say that the deception has already taken place because if what you've said here was enough to persuade the other guards to break rank, then I would say that the deception has already taken place, but I would say it'd be more of performance because you're keeping up with the act.
Okay.
So I would say make a performance check.
While he does that, question.
What's up?
From where we're at on top of the walls, can we see him and the other guard outside?
I would say you would be able to see Bartholonude, but not... I would imagine he's standing like right at the edge of the building, and then this guard he's talking to is stationed right at the side. So you'd be able to see that he's conversing with someone, but not the guard, just based off the drawing that I have.
Can I get closer while they're doing that?
No matter where you go, if you get closer, you are going to get an eye shot and notice of the guard that's on top of the wall. So it might not be a good idea to head that direction. Damn it.
Fine.
Yeah, I rolled a 16.
Okay.
So he says, your father, you're going to pay your respects. Did he die? I apologize for being insensitive. Did he die or...
He did, and I reach under my shirt and I pull out my holy symbol and I show him and I said, this is the only thing I have to remember him by.
Okay.
I need to pay my respects, and it is a Dragonborn's highest priority for the honor of family, or those that we think of as family. I know you have your duties, and if you cannot let me pass, then so be it.
He hears you out, and then he turns around and walks a couple feet and turns and walks inside of this guard post. And he's gone for probably like 10 seconds. And then he comes back out with a piece of paper. And he hands it to you and says,
Neverwinter is not in the business of getting in the way of tradition or the death of a family member. You have our deepest apologies. Here is a royal pardon to leave the city. If you must return within the time of the feast, please show this, as you will be allowed entry into the city. It has my signet here at the bottom.
Thank you, Cobottle.
Coraldi.
Thank you, Coraldi.
Thank you, Coke
Thank you,
bottle.
Karen.
Thank you, Coke bottle.
Thank you, Coraldi.
And then he just kind of like nods and hands you the piece of paper, and the guards at the gate kind of just part, and you are free to leave.
And as I walk out the gate, I kind of look back at the first guardman that I talked to, and I give him a nod.
Okay. He smiles and nods at you as well. You've formed somewhat of a bond, and your karma points go up.
Man crush.
Okay, so you guys are all, I would say at this point, you guys can see Bartholomew leave. You would be able to ascertain as to what just took place. Bartholomew Leaves, and you guys, just jump over the city wall? Scale down?
Yeah.
So you guys all jump off the wall. Bartholomew meets you guys slightly north, and you guys all proceed to the encampment?
Yep.
See.
Yes.
So I would say it's only about a 30-minute walk to this encampment, as it's still close enough to the city to where they can see it from the city walls. But it has been overgrown. As you guys can recall, this is kind of sitting in a plain outside of the encampment. It's like there's wheat and like tall grass, and a small dirt road that's at this point is becoming overgrown with different plant life. A lot of different stuff to be seen here, as far as flora and fauna is concerned. But it's pretty desolate as far as like city life and other people around. So as you guys approach this, you guys do recall, like I said, it's probably a good couple hundred yards away from the river. It's got trees that have just grown huge, and part of the reason why the grass is so tall is because when the magic flowed off the Hottenau Mountains, it just imbued life into everything surrounding the river, and everything is overgrown. Now, when you guys turn and go into, you guys kind of come up on the edge of this abandoned keep, and just like you guys remember, there is a giant hole in the side of this stone circular building, and there's a path that leads down into what you guys remember to be the sewers, and then there's the fire pit you guys left here. There's some old tapestry, broken chairs, broken tables, and there is a cloth laying on the ground where you remember covering the nobleman's body.
Is the body still there?
Would you like to check to see if the body is still there?
Yes.
Okay, so Topher, you go over and you lift up the cloth to where the body was, and sure enough, there it is. There is rotting flesh body of the nobleman. It is still there in this exact same position.
So Bartholonude wants to bury this body.
Of course he does.
We should not bury this body. We should use it.
You gonna play like a skeleton?
No,
thing?
like use
walk
it.
it in.
We should take it to the keep with us, or we should go back to the gates.
I feel like at this point, because it's
Look
been a
what we
while-
did.
Well, that's a good idea. Is this body recognizable in its decomposing state right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's
As
only
in-
been like a week, maybe, at this point
So
that you guys were here. It's still recognizable. It's starting to stink. So
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I say we
taking
take it
the
back
body.
and be like, "Yo, who the fuck is the nobleman?"
Oof.
Because here's this
Get this
dead
shit
ass body.
popping.
Yeah, that'll fucking light a fire under somebody's ass.
Yeah.
We might all go to prison.
So Bartholonude walks down the staircase and begins to dig a hole.
Nope. As he's digging the hole, I have a shovel and I'm putting it back into the hole as he's digging.
And Bartholomew says, "What are you doing? I'm going to bury the nobleman. He deserves a proper burial."
Well, Hamilton had a really good idea. Hamilton, why don't you explain?
The idea that you didn't communicate to anybody.
In character voice to Bartholomew.
Bartholonude, I think we should take the body back to the city with us to prove that the nobleman is not who he says he is.
What if the nobleman is not there and we are seen as those who bring the nobleman's body to the city?
The nobleman has been seen around the city all week.
We should bring it in through the secret entrance. Of
This
the
body has obviously been dead for much longer than that.
If you believe this is a good plan, I will help.
I'm not saying it's a good plan,
Benedict
but I think it's going to make something happen.
Benedict made the point that we could bring the body through the sewer and come up inside the keep with the body.
I feel like that would be a lot.
Catch both of them.
Would be a lot harder to do that and get it through the sewer intact.
Benedict is very strong, though.
Oh yes,
Very, very strong.
but it'd be easier just to carry it through the field back to the city gates.
Yes, but what's to say the fake nobleman won't flee? Like, we can sneak in through the keep and catch him there, and we'll have the body. That
What?
way there's no...
If we go to the same entrance that we just came, I have a bit of a rapport with those guards. I can say that we found the body as we left.
I don't know. I just really think that we should bring it up, like, into the keep. That way, like, No one can tell us no. We're already fucking in there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
no
but what
one-
if everybody in the keep is under his like persuasion?
Yeah.
If we do it out in public in the middle of the city, we might be able to start a revolt.
Yeah.
Well, the city is going to be in there. The feast is happening. Like, there's people in there. There's not. Just,
but what if we get caught before we get to where we can show the body in the keep?
Caught by who?
The guards.
We'll kill
There's
them.
there's a lot of guards that
Yeah, so you got to think.
that
He
aren't
said that,
actually guards.
he said the keep is most guarded right now than it normally ever
yeah.
is.
How far can Benedict throw a dead body? Can Benedict just yeet it into the middle of the city?
He just shot puts the body over the fucking wall, grabs it by the fucking taint.
Yep.
No, I mean, like I think that using. I think using the body to get the attention of the guards and letting people know that the nobleman's not who he says he is. I think that it's just going about doing it. Like,
You can just put
do
the
we
body
risk?
on my back and like I turn into a fucking giant eagle and just fly above the city, and you guys like mark out where the fake nobleman is, and like an AC-130 I just fucking drop the body like right there. And then there's like everybody just staring at the dead nobleman, and then like the real nobleman, and we're like, oh, what the fuck just happened?
That's not a terrible idea, actually.
That's actually a
Just
pretty
drops
cool
the
idea.
body right in the middle of the Feast of the Nine.
Yeah, boom.
Oh man,
Because all the people from the city
Yeah.
are going to be gathered like right there.
Here's the fucking main course. Wow.
let's do
Nom
that.
nom nom nom.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I dig it. What about you?
Did you say that to me in character voice?
What about you?
Do you want Ryan to agree with the plan, or do you want Bartholomew to agree with the plan?
Bartholonude, everyone, I'm going to turn into a bird. You're going to throw this bitch on my back.
Like a sparrow.
I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop it on everybody.
He turns into a fucking chickadee.
So before,
I'm a fucking pigeon. I'm a fucking bird.
so before we do that, should the three of us head through the sewers and into the keep, and then give you some kind of signal from the city to do it?
Yes.
So we're inside of the city already.
Yeah.
All right.
That would mean you would have to sneak
I'm afraid we might find resistance. We would be separated from Benedict, and he wouldn't know that we were in danger.
I have full confidence that you all can handle yourselves.
And I have full confidence that Michael can fuck it up.
Fourth wall.
So basically, what we're thinking is Benedict's going to wait a little bit. We're going to go into the keep through the sewers, the three of us. And once we're there, I don't know, should we, how would we be able to signal him that we're there? Or should we just be like, hey, we're going to, like, give us 30 minutes and then do it? You know, something
Or
like
you
that.
just make something happen.
I can do a thunderous clap.
Cause a ruckus. He could do a thunderous
I mean,
clap
not
of his
yet.
ass cheeks.
Thunderous
can-
clapping of the cheeks.
I can cast thaumaturgy
Yeah.
and
That's true.
have like
Oh, yeah,
bright
totally.
lights in the air or something.
You're deep underground.
Well, we're going into the keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we're like close, like up inside the keep before we go in, that's when we're going to signal him
Making a lot of assumptions.
to drop.
Just saying.
A lot
You-
can happen between
you
us and when we do that.
You, Topher, know the most about the situation, and you know that this keep has a lot of restrictions during this time.
Yeah,
So moving freely or getting to the point where you could get out of the basement of this area might be a challenge. However, you guys also know the secret passageway to the third floor. You don't know if there's people in the basement here or not. Like, you don't know what the inside of this place is like.
yeah, that's
So
why.
any assumptions would be
I think we should just have him drop
Assume
the
the
body
worst.
and just come back and just try to catch up with us.
I mean that works too, because I mean the whole place is going to be kind of going crazy
Yeah.
once that body drops.
I can do that. I can just drop it.
Yeah.
Let them figure it out.
Because, I mean, it's not like it'll take you a long time, like, as the crow flies to go
Or as the eagle
and-
flies in this
Yeah,
case.
drop the body and come right back.
Does anyone have a piece of paper?
I mean, I have an ink pen and parchment.
I'm just going to write a sign and pin it on the nobleman that says, "Actually, I'm actually the nobleman."
The nobleman.
Yeah.
The real nobleman.
ooh, just stirring shit up already.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of pull the nobleman's body out of this pile of sticks and wood. I mean, his body's been pierced. He has 2 spear holes sticking out of him. And you take a piece of parchment and you... What exactly do you write on it?
I am the nobleman. And I pin it to him.
Just stick a nice little dagger right in his stomach. And where exactly do you pin it to him at?
I'm going to put it in a pocket or something.
We all kind of discussed the plan, and we all agree that, that's what we're going to do. So Bartholonude helps get the body, and we put this piece of paper on him that says this is the real nobleman. Signed, people you can trust.
Signed, trustworthy citizen.
Signed this giant eagle that just dropped it on us. And have you transformed yet?
Yes.
All right, so Bartholomew grabs the body and brings it over to your feet. He's not sure if you want to claw it or if you're going to hoist it onto your back.
I'm just going to claw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then he puts that over there for your convenience. Mm-hmm. And then he strokes you softly.
Very nice.
And walks toward the exit of the the cave.
Thank you for your stroked.
Yeah, it's a very large and majestic, beautiful bird.
It's a huge bird.
He likes the way you look now more than you do.
He's got very weird looking talons, though.
Self. Yeah, they're like little toe thumbs or something.
Very saucy.
Tony the toe talons.
Toe talons. Jesus.
They're totality awesome.
All right, I'm hearing all this going on, and I just start flying away.
Did you fly away from this fucking scene, too?
That's exactly what he's about to do.
Did you pick up the body first?
Yes, I picked up the body.
He comes back for the body.
He's got to have made a dramatic exit.
Yeah.
All right, so you pick up the body, and since you're a giant eagle, make a strength check for me. Giant eagle man. I have your stats pulled up, so just roll that d20 and let me know what you got.
All right. That's a 19.
Damn, boy.
Okay, so 19 plus
It works.
8. Okay. So Benedict, yeah, you pick up this body with no problems with this eagle, and you fly up into the air, and as you can see, the city is relatively empty minus everyone congregating around the nobleman's keep. Probably thousands and thousands of people that you can see, just like ants from as high up as you are, and you begin to swoop down closer to the city. As you fly through the air and you get closer, you can see that there are lines of people waiting to go inside the keep. However, there are tables of food and drink and activities and just people lined up at all types of, probably hundreds of tables set up in the courtyard outside of the keep, just surrounding the building in its entirety. As soon as you roll up, people are, like I said, waiting to eat their fill and leave. Just like I said, thousands of people standing around conversing, talking, everyone laughing, having a good time, talking with guards. There are people in a singular form of attire as you become closer and closer that you notice that appear to be walking around talking to people, and you can tell these are the inquirers that are figuring out town issues, who's doing, kind of jiving with what Topher had said about acquiring for a census. Just asking questions, and you see all this hubbub kind of happening from the sky, and you swoop down. And where would you think that Benedict would want to drop the body?
So, can I see the nobleman anywhere, the fake nobleman?
You cannot. Now, again, there are thousands of people that you would need to survey to attempt to find him.
Yeah,
but
I just figured I'd give it a shot, see if
yeah,
I could,
for sure. Now, what I will say is you notice that the doors to the keep are wide open, and there are people coming and going. So the perception or something you might think is maybe he's inside on the throne answering questions, talking to people of great import. So, he is not there that you can notice.
Yeah.
If you'd like to make a perception check, you could. However, I can't imagine it's going to lend way to you being able to see him out here.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck it. I might as well try to make a perception check. I want to try to see if I can spot him out or whatever. That's a 21. I have a +8 perception.
Remember, you have eagle stats.
Oh,
your
yeah.
intelligence
okay, so
is
I rolled a
negative one.
13.
Fuck. Okay.
My perception, whatever that is.
Yeah, and that's +2. So
15.
15. Okay. So with a 15, you kind of get the lay of the land like I had described. You're able to kind of pick out who are the people who are working this, who are the citizens of the town, where the guards are stationed. And then what I would say, you don't spot the nobleman, but you do see towards the entrance to the keep, there are 2 tables that are lined up near, right near the stairs. And at these stairs are 2 tables parallel to each other. And that is where everyone seated at these tables are knights of sorts, all wearing heavy armor or very elaborate clothing, very colorful, filled with gemstones, all types of stuff. You can tell they're flaunting whatever they're wearing. So these seem to be people of great importance.
Yeah. So where can I drop this body?
I mean, you could drop it anywhere you want. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is where you think would be the best place to drop it. Anywhere. I mean, you're in the air. There's no...
And I'm a giant eagle, because I was thinking about just like swooping. How big are the doors? Because I was thinking about just swooping inside and fucking just dropping them real quick, and while everybody's in a panic, just get the fuck out and fly away as fast as I can. Yeah.
For the people.
Fuck
by
your
the
dinner.
people of the
Fuck your dinner.
I would just be cautioned that you don't have any assurance that they're not going to shoot arrows.
I mean, they'll definitely shoot arrows.
Well, don't die.
That's. I mean, it's a
Again.
risk. There's a risk that I'm willing
Well,
to
remember,
take here.
we want the people to see his body.
Also, when
Yeah, which is why I want to get it like in the middle
You
of
can really
like,
just
everything.
drop it anywhere.
the
can drop it
the
anywhere.
giant eagle has 26 hit points, and what's important to remember is when a druid dies in wild shape, he comes back out
With all
as-
my shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
and
kill
then
him.
you'll be 30 feet above or 300 feet above the air, and then you'll fall to your death.
No, if I fly inside, I'll be me, and then I could cast fucking greater invisibility and fucking whoop, 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 whoop. Scourge on out of there. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
just being the devil's advocate here,
Yeah, I appreciate it, but
because I don't want Bartholomew to have to wait for 30 minutes and be like, well, he's not coming back. No, we got to go rescue him.
no, I'm good. I'm just gonna drop it at the entrance anyway.
So you just want to swoop down and drop him, or
So yeah, I'll swoop down.
okay? So Benedict, you swoop down out of the clouds, and as you get closer, you are starting to be able to hear people talking and just the ruckus going on outside of the nobleman's keep. And as you get closer, you swoop down and you kind of land softly in front of the gate, and then immediately right inside the gate there are 2 guards. Mm-hmm. And then you are, like I said, probably a good, like, you're like a 7-foot tall eagle.
Yeah, I'm huge.
And you just like land with this body in front of you, and then you just push off of it, and you just take back off through the air, and you leave this nobleman's body on the ground.
With the note that says, "I
With-
am the nobleman." Adorbs.
And you take off back to where they were?
Yep.
Okay. You take off through the air back towards the abandoned outpost at the edge of the city. And as you are flying, there is another giant eagle that flies right next to you. And he is just soaring along next to you. And you take notice of him, and then he kind of backs up behind you, and he kind of disappears out of sight.
So he just like was flying beside me and was just like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, he just like flies up beside you and kind of peers over at you and does like a eagle caw. And
How does that sound?
there you go.
Sweet.
So I think I want to go after this eagle before I go to them. Is that a possibility?
No, he dipped behind you and then ducked out, and he's gone.
I can't like recon. I can't.
Like you didn't see what happened. He just like disappeared.
So he vanished. Okay.
He's gone.
Well, I guess I'll just go back to the group.
So you guys are standing out in front of the opening to this outpost, and then you hear the screech of an eagle, and Benedict transforms as he lands right in front of you guys on the ground. And what do you guys do?
How'd it go?
Looked like it went pretty good. Everyone was kind of freaked out.
So you drop the body in the middle of town. Oh,
Right
I
at the
bet
end.
that's gonna stir up some activity.
Yeah, they're freaking out for sure. I dropped it at the entrance of the keep where everybody was.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Are we ready to go down?
I was born ready. Timber.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's head on down the dungeon hole.
Do it.